Hi everyone, this time we are talking about APA and-text citation rules. We are using 6th edition still, so we are talking about APA 6th edition and-text citation rules in this video. First of all, you need to understand how the system works. APA citation conventions, like the other citation conventions, is a coding system. You code your sources in the paper and you make a list on your reference page. APA is an author date system. In APA, the author in the text is the author's surname. And what you put on your reference page is the surname again. As you see, whatever appears about that source in the text has its place at the beginning of your reference page information for that particular source. It's an author date system, as I said. The author's surname and the date, they are together in the text, and on your reference page again, what you do is to give the date next to the writer. Your reference page will be just given in alphabetical order. It will be easy for your reader to find the sources at the end you have used. We are going to talk about some basic rules today. We have Google Scholar and Meta Library citation tools, and also we have citation tools available. I'm sure some of you already using, and if you are just using them and you find them user friendly, that's good. But when it is about using technology for this purpose, you need to know some basic rules so that if there is a mistake, you can see and fix it. That's why today I'm just talking about the basic rules. That's why I will first remind you how Google Scholar and Meta Library citation tools are working. Let's now go and see that. Let's start with Google Scholar. If you found your source on Google Scholar, imagine this is the source you have used in your paper and you are writing the source information on your reference page. Google Scholar will give you the and-text citation information. If you click on this, yes, I'm using APA. All I need is just to copy this information and paste it on my reference page. When you are pasting it, if you are using this option, then you can just keep the format as given. Google Scholar's citation tool is good, usually works well. Sometimes it makes mistakes with capitals. That's why I will be talking about some basic rules to remember. And also there is just one thing you need to know about Google Scholar citation. It usually misses out it is always, in fact, not usually, is missing out where the source is from, the link to the source. So what can be done after you copied and pasted this information? Visit the articles page, copy the URL, and add it to your citation with retrieved from. This is how it is going to work. Let's just remember now the Meta Library sources. Imagine I found this on Meta Library. I'm using it in my paper, and if you click on the title, it will take you to the page for the source. And this time on the right hand side, you've got cite icon. When you click on it, all you need is just to find the APA citation. Again, it is the same logic, copy and paste it. As you see here, the problem is, again, it doesn't happen with all sources, but with this one, as you see again, the link to the source is missing. So I will first copy this and paste it on my reference page, and then go back and get the link to the source. Okay, here it is. I pasted it, and now I want to get the link to the source. For this purpose, please do not use this. Use the permalink. It will be safer. Click on the permalink and copy this permalink again at the end of your citation with retrieved from information. Okay. So this is how Meta Library and Google Scholar works with citations. But what I need to know, as I said, these two channels like Google Scholar and Meta Library, but the citations, there might be sometimes some small mistakes, something missing. And if that is the case, you need to add it. If there is something wrong, you need to fix it. But you need to know some basics, very simple basics. First of all, you need to know the titles in APA are written in different ways. There are two things to remember, the case and the font. There are two cases. One is sentence case, the other one is title case. For sentence case, I can give you this one as an example, only the first letter in capital. And for the title case, I can give you this example. Look at this. Every first letter of every word is in capital except for prepositions and articles. And the other thing you need to know is normal versus italics. The font itself in APA, we have two different fonts. One is normal font. For normal font, I can give you this as an example. This is normal. And for italics, I can give you this as an example. This is in italics. And the rule is very simple, in fact. If you just categorize the sources in two ways, if you just imagine there are smaller works and bigger works. Smaller works, I just can call an article a small work, a chapter a smaller work, and the book, a journal, a newspaper are bigger work. You can just categorize it in this way and make it simpler if you like, or you can just remember if you are writing the title of an article or a book chapter, title of a chapter, you will write it in sentence case with normal font. If it is a bigger work like a book, journal, newspaper, it will always be written in italics. If it is a book, it will be written in sentence case, but if it is a journal or a newspaper, it will be written in title case. This is what you need to know about the title. There is, in fact, just one thing, both Google Scholar and Meta Library makes mistakes sometimes. They sometimes give it in all capitals. And when this is the case, you need to know and catch it properly. Let me just show you. In fact, remember I got this from Meta Library. As you see, the surname of the writer was written in all capitals. No, never, ever we will use all capitals in any ways, any piece of information, with any piece of information. That's what I need to know. And if there is something wrong like this, I need to fix it. Okay? And about the titles, again, that is the case, as I said. All right. Now, this is all about the title. What else I need to know? The basics we are talking about. I need to know that sometimes if I just have to write the citation myself, the in-text citation myself, just remember that it's not that easy. There are two things for you to know. One is the order. In APA in-text citations, the order of the information is important. And for the order, this is a simple rule. First comes the author, surname, initial, then comes the year, then comes the small work, then the big work. Small work, for example, I have cited from a chapter from a book. First, I will write the chapter title, then I will write the title of the book. And punctuation is also something important to know. If you remember this basic rule, as you see, it is mostly full stop. I am using full stops just after each piece of information, and here is a comma after the surname, and I write the year in parentheses. That is in fact something good to know again. And the rest is all about what ifs, in fact. What if it is a chapter from an edited book? What if it is an article from a journal? What if? There are millions of what if situations. And if it is, as I said, something you found on Meta Library or Google Scholar, you will get the information easily. If not, if you have to somehow write it yourself, use the internet. On the internet, you can find the answers to all of your questions regarding APA rules, but do not trust all of the websites. I can suggest Purdue University and APA's own website as reliable sources. Of course, if it is something you can fix with this, that is also possible. And also about the title, yes, that's what you need to know. And about the author, yes, if it is one author, it is very easy. But if there are two authors, can you see this? You just write them again in inverted way, surname, then the initial comes. And after the first writer, you got a comma and ampersand. And look at this. This is this time 3 writers. As you see, once again, in the end, before the last one, we got a comma and ampersand. This is, for example, something important to know, important to remember. Now, let's go back and try to just fix our reference page. Now, I got these two sources. Imagine I have used them on my paper. And now what I need is I'm just going to put this in the proper format in APA. So let me first fix the language. All right, I'm ready. And now I need to first write references. References will be in the middle. It will be my last page for the paper. It will have page numbers like every other page. And it has to be in alphabetical order. I don't need to change it because it is fine now. A and D, they are following each other. And I need to, here is the thing on my reference page. I need to fix, first of all, the space between the lines. It should be double all through the paper, in fact, and space between each source should be 0. And this is important. I need to, this is special. For special, I need to pick hanging. When I'm done, this is how my reference page will look. It is in hanging format, and it has to be, let me check, 12 font. I have used Arial here. Okay, so this is in fact how it is going to work. You can make the links active or not. The only thing about the links is just to be consistent, keep it consistent. You can then check whether everything is all right. For example, when I check this one, yes, this is how I write the title of the article. This must be the title of the article. Remember, first comes the small work, then the bigger work. This is the title of the journal. Journal's title written in italics and in title case, that's right. And the article's title is written in sentence case and normal font. That's true. But look at this one, for example. Academic self-efficacy and pre-exam anxiety. This must be the title of the article. I know, because then comes the journal title. But look at this. There's a problem. I need to fix this. Okay. I need to fix this like it is not in sentence case because, so I need to fix this. You see, there might be always something you need to be careful about and you need to fix.